Oh, hi.
Boo. Doing great. And you? Well, Jamie B. Hi. Welcome, everybody, to another strange episode. Not really that strange. Of the Grim Life Collective. We don't really go live that
Interesting.
often. Last time we went live, it was Christmas, I do believe. So,
It's
welcome,
okay.
everyone.
Hi. Don't mind me. I'm always like the person who's behind on
Hello, Jamie.
technology. And so, I'm watching everything so I can respond to you guys. And I'm like, so this is the process.
We don't do this that often,
Hello.
but we should. We're
Hello.
planning on
Hello.
doing more live videos like once a week or
Yeah,
something,
I
just
think
to
once
kind
a
of
week
hang
would be
out and
cool.
just talk with people about certain things. Maybe
Yeah, you
even do
did.
like
Early.
Q&As about certain videos that came out, right?
Yeah. Like picking a topic, but instead of the topic, it would
Mm-hmm.
be like a film or at least like maybe a year in horror,
Yeah,
you know? Uh,
we should start like putting little questions out on Twitter,
yeah,
and hey, give us this and talking
yeah.
points and things like that. We are planning on doing the Patreon podcast. So once we get back from California, that's going to start going into full effect. So be ready for that.
Yeah,
Bam, bam,
we're
bam.
still learning, by
Yeah.
the way. So,
Camera's over that way. I'm like this way.
yeah, uh, we've never done a podcast before, and it seems
Hello,
relatively
welcome to
easy.
live or the undead.
Hi.
Like see like
But
zombies.
so you guys can be
Hello,
with
Andy
us
Vaughn.
and watch us stumble as
Mm-hmm.
we get it running, and then get used to it. And,
So
it'll be
we're
great.
not gonna so much do like an audio podcast. We're probably gonna do a set up a camera and just like talk about certain subjects and share them with you and kind of go into like weird grim detail about certain things and then
It'll
put them
probably
up
be
there
on
so you can listen to it
Patreon,
and
right?
watch it. Yeah.
On
Yeah.
Patreon, yeah. So we're wanting to do a lot more for Patreon. We
Mm-hmm.
know that we keep talking about doing it, and
Hello, Pittsburgh.
we have a full time schedule, with having a normal job, and we have not done what we want to do yet, but we promise stuff is going to be coming.
Mm-hmm.
It just
2020 is going to be a big year. I'm telling you that right now. It is starting the 30th, well, February 1st, but 2020 is going to be massive
Hi
for
Matt,
us.
thank you.
And if you're watching this or you're watching our videos, you're going to love the ride. I'm just telling you that right now. We have a lot of things planned for our California trip. Mainly thanks to a good friend of ours, John Massari, who was the composer of Killer Clowns from
Hi
Outer Space. We did an
John.
interview with him. If you're watching, John,
Yeah.
thank you for everything that you do.
We'll put the link or something below to
Mm-hmm.
our interview with him. He's such an awesome dude.
Yeah. So if you love Killer Clowns from Outer Space and you love the sound of Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
Then he's your
you
man.
need to connect with John Massari.
Hi.
Amazing man. You're going to see a lot
Oh,
of
hi,
him,
Brazil.
us out in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Pin Dog Pinner. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but you're from California. We're going to be in the Los Angeles, Hollywood area February 1st through the 8th. We got some things planned, so follow us on social media. If you're anywhere near it, find us. Hello, Vile Crocodile. I like that. Our last
I'm a
video
crocodile.
was about alligators. Not really crocodiles, but
Yeah.
alligators. Hello, Dean Oliver, all the way from Tennessee. Thank you for your love and your support.
Hello, Wales. I know it's late there.
Oh gosh,
I know.
your baby
Bye, guys.
gremlins are watching. Hello, everyone. Hello,
Hi.
Tim. Hello, Sneaky Slytherin from
Ooh,
Vegas.
Slytherin. Yeah.
You guys are goals. Thank you. That means
No,
a lot.
we're not driving to California. No,
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 no.
we're flying.
No, no, no.
We're flying.
Ooh, good question to start out though. What is least favorite horror movie?
Oh, okay. All right. Least favorite horror film.
Wisconsin. Hi. Wicked Force of Terror, Oklahoma City. That sounds intriguing. Oh, I would love to go to Knott's Farm. For
That's-
Halloween, though, I think would be a
Yes.
big deal for me.
That's one of the things that we're not doing on this trip out to California. We are doing the Disney parks. We are doing Universal. So if you're going to be there or if you have passes,
Thank you, Charlie.
head there. J-Tronics, thank you. Super awesome that you shared your NASA experience with us. There's going to be more coming. I know it's not a very popular thing.
NASA
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, but I don't think people actively search it out like they used to.
Maybe.
But we met some people from very far who came down here to Florida
Yeah.
for it.
It maybe the hardest thing about doing YouTube videos, like creating content, believe it or not, is coming up with a decent image
I don't think
for
I've
the
seen
video.
that one. FGC Wet Lettuce. That's hilarious. Says my favorite horror film is one of them is House of Clocks by Lucio Fulci. I don't think I know that one. Do you know that one?
I do. It's been a long time.
I thought I knew all of them, but I don't.
We
I don't
are
think I do.
big Fulci fans, so if you've watched our show, we've been to 2 different filming locations. So search for those.
I'm
What's
sorry,
up?
I'm just talking to myself, really. I didn't know Knott's Berries is going to be 50 in 2 years. Kind of like around the Haunted Mansion time.
We might
Our
have to
Haunted
make
Mansion
it
time.
out there
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Do you have a favorite beer? Jason says. All right, so
I
we're
do.
not big drinkers, but we do have some favorites. Mine
Yeah.
is Angry Orchard.
Mine is Hefeweizen.
What?
Hefeweizen.
What?
Hefeweizen.
What?
It's a, I guess they call it a pale ale. Most people would be familiar with something like Blue Moon. It's similar. Kayla!
Kayla,
Hi,
we miss you too. We miss all of you. Hopefully you all are watching, and thank you. Thank you. If you guys better be up. So,
Oh, is it past our bedtime? No,
I don't know.
early. I don't know.
It's still early. We were doing live videos a lot later, like around 9 o'clock, and then we realized that maybe we should do it a little earlier, 7 o'clock, because there's a lot of people from all over the world, especially the UK. We have a lot of fans, a lot of friends in the UK, and it's cool when we get to meet them. But thank you,
feels like a
Kayla. Thank you, the
spider web.
Berts.
Sorry, no. Like sometimes when you have a headband on, like a little piece of hair goes all crazy and like gets
They're
wrapped
watching.
up in your earrings and stuff, and it felt like I had a spider attached to my ear for a second.
Hello, Bert family.
Kids. We miss you. I love you. Love you. I love you.
You know, it snows in
Where?
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets very snowy and very cold.
It
Hopefully
snows
it's not
almost
like snowing
everywhere.
outside there.
Snows.
It's not snowing down here.
Smoes. I said it smoes.
Smoes?
Smoes.
Smoes?
Like s'mores.
No.
Snow s'mores.
I don't like marshmallow.
It's okay.
Wheat
Hi,
beers.
Corey. Thank you. Yeah, white beers. Yeah, I think it's called a white beer.
So, there's something I
love
actually want to
spiders
talk
too, but not
about.
when they're in my hair. Well, don't mind that they're in my hair. I just don't want to hurt them if I'm like, you know.
I don't like birds.
He does not like birds.
Birds come flying near me and I like shriek like a little girl and
And
cower.
I continue to torture him on purpose because I know he doesn't like birds. Dude, Midnight Meat Train is amazing. I
Mhm.
love that actor, actually. He's hilarious. I love guys who are like super macho, especially when they're like really tall and they used to do like really masculine sports, and then they go and do comedy, and it's like, yes, it's like the ultimate win for me. I love it. Well, he's done comedy, not in Midnight Mirror. I keep wanting to say Midnight Mirror Meat Train, like a disco ball.
Oh
I
God.
don't know. Anyway, don't mind me. But yeah, I love because characters like that really makes it like Dwayne Johnson. You know, he was this really big dude and just started doing a lot of comedy. Not at first though. I think he started doing drama. But I love when big masculine dudes can like be comfortable in themselves to be like, let me make fun of myself too. It usually ends up being like the best stuff. Like we were watching Jay and Silent Bob's.
Oh, the new one, the reboot.
new one.
We watched the reboot. I was laughing my butt off. It was amazing. If you're a
I-
fan of Kevin Smith, it's
Yeah.
like the whole movie is an entire inside joke. It was phenomenal.
The entire thing is one long joke, and it's great.
Haunted Honeymoon.
Oh, I love Haunted Honeymoon.
Oh,
We used to
great
watch
movie.
that like every night.
Mhm.
Every night when we were falling asleep, when we were newlyweds. I mean, I consider us still to be newlyweds because we're coming up on our third
May 1st.
wedding anniversary, May 1st.
Mhm.
But when we were like brand new newlyweds, like in the first
Hello, Eric.
6 months, like before we even got married, while we were still engaged, we used to watch Haunted Honeymoon and
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion
Nonstop.
with
Eddie Murphy.
With Eddie Murphy. There was another. I used to watch Hotel Transylvania like a lot because I love cartoons. What other ones were there? Aside from Young Frankenstein was another one we watched.
How
all
you
the
doing,
time.
Mick?
But-
C.
When I say that we watched it all the time,
See.
I meant that like we would fall asleep to these films because they were like our favorite films, and we would just like conk out to them, and they were great.
We've never been to Salem, Massachusetts on Halloween.
I've
Jessica has never
at
been.
all.
We will make it at some point. There is something I want to talk about, actually, real quick.
Okay.
Something very bizarre. So our live videos are a little all over the place. Both of us have really strange energies that like go crazy together, and we just love just hanging out, just talking to folks. But I got a picture today via Instagram of a viewer, one of the people, one of you guys, took a selfie in front of the LaLaurie mansion down in New Orleans.
Oh, so cool.
And she said in the post, I wonder why Nicolas Cage, gave it up. Like, what happened that he ended up losing it for taxes? And it was perfect. Yeah, he lost it because of taxes and crap like that.
Yeah.
Which leads me into something that happened recently. Past couple days.
High Spirits is a classic. Go ahead.
The producers for the TV show Dr. Oz. Have you ever watched Dr. Oz, that weird like doctor show? They reached out to me and said, hey, we'd really like to use some of your footage from down in New Orleans and on an upcoming show about Nicolas Cage and mental health blowing through $150 million. So once we find out, we're going to put a little link of whenever that episode is going to air because they're going to give us a little shout out and stuff like that. Dr. Oz, it's kind of weird, but weird. Why the heck not?
Fascinating.
Hey,
yeah.
hello.
They want to know what's on your shirt.
Oh, what's on my shirt? Let's see here. If I can move this a little bit. This is the last podcast on the left. The same people who do the TV show Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
I don't think it's still on. I don't think it's current. I think
it was like on Adult Swim, I think it was, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm sorry that this is a little shaky. I'm a little all over the place here. But they recently came to Orlando, and we won VIP tickets to go.
We actually won tickets.
Yeah.
Like we submitted and actually ended up winning tickets, which was really cool.
Great podcast, great group of guys. The last podcast on the left, they talk about everything horror and murder and mostly cryptids and weird things. So it's very cool. Hello, Australia.
Hello, Austria. Austria.
Austria. I'm sorry. I'm
Different
sorry.
country.
We're not big
Austria
on podcasting either, so we're going to kind of do like a video cast.
Hello, Netherlands.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Video cast.
Is that what that's called?
I don't know. That's what we're going to call it. A grim video cast.
I like it, yeah.
Hello, Atlanta.
Coffin cast.
Coffin cast.
It's a coffin cask.
Yes.
I
like it.
Yeah.
I actually heard a story about researching Vampire Inn. Oh, I missed that part. Salem, Massachusetts, and Halloween. Witches, witches, witches. This is guy who
someone
does
who might have
witcher.
thought he thinks he got cursed by witches at Salem. That's awesome.
Oh.
Well, maybe not at the time. I don't know if it felt awesome, but it sounds cool.
Your podcast on Twitch. Go ahead and find us on social media and share that link because we started really like entertaining the idea of
doing Twitch.
Of doing Twitch as well.
But I kind of don't really understand. I know most people do it live while they're gaming, and I play like 4 games, 4 or 5 mobile games, and I'm pretty serious about them. But we primarily don't do. Well, you don't have to do live because now you can upload directly without having to do a live stream. But Twitch deletes videos after. It used to be after 14 days. Now it's after 60 days or 30 days. And we weren't sure if that would be beneficial for us or not, but we're still going to be looking into it. Oh, you like my nails? They're long. I like them long. They make me happy. But yeah, if somebody wants to like educate me in the ways of Twitch,
hello, Alex.
Totally cool.
Basically, 2020, we're going to try to move into as much full-time YouTube as we possibly can. So expect a whole bunch of stuff coming from us. A lot of it's going to be trial and error. So we're going to try some things, and if they work, we're going to keep on doing them. If not, then we're just going to move on to something else. We are going to continue making videos the way that we have been doing, these little adventure things. We don't do many live stuff, but they're going to come a lot more.
If you want to find me on like Instagram or Facebook Messenger and like shoot me a direct message and like I'll chat with you about it. So people are asking if we're going to be doing more serial killer movies, and if we're going to be doing more horror film location movies, videos. I can assure you that we are going to be doing both.
For
Just coming
throughout
up.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, just
So
coming up, yeah.
we have a lot of okay. There's a lot.
Thank you, Eric.
Oh, thank you, Eric. I'd love to know how it started. Jessica walking in the background during your videos.
No one came up with it.
I think I know the video that it started.
I think I do too, actually. I think it was Swamp Thing.
It was Swamp Thing. It was
Yeah.
Return to Swamp Thing.
Because where I came from, which is St. Louis, Missouri, we have very full trees. So during autumn, you get massive, massive piles of, these of leaves, and I would jump in them during fall and all that stuff. And then over here on the East Coast in some of the cities, you don't have like any fall leaves on the ground. And I was feeling kind of sad about it. We were in Savannah, and the trees are just really different out this way. And it was like one of the first collection of leaves I've seen, but the leaves are like this big. Like they were really small, but it was like a little tiny gathering, and I got really excited. And I was just running around trying to kick them or stomp on them and make them crunchy. And I think that's definitely what started it. But when we first started doing this, I was
Hello,
very
Queen Cam.
uncomfortable in front of the camera. So I kind of needed to like get my energy out. And I'm a goofball, and I like to run amok. So I was doing it anyway. Like off camera, I was always doing it, and then I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna do it in the background, whether you want me to or not.
Well, so Oak Island, I think it is, just outside of Savannah, Georgia, where we were living.
Was that Swamp Thing?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
Return to Swamp Thing is the video, and we went and did Return to Swamp Thing video locations, and some friends of ours, Greyface Records in Savannah, just released Swamp Thing on vinyl, and it was a really cold and windy day, and we just started really paying a lot more attention to how we were doing YouTube videos. And we set the camera up on a wooden fence, and I just set it there, and I kept it rolling. And I was doing a couple different takes, like doing this, let me try it this way.
I think I got
And
bored.
Jessica was in the background being bored, and she was just running around in this video.
Yeah.
And it stuck. And it's not like she goes and says, all right, I'm going to go do this for the video.
No.
It's just she's always doing that.
I'm always doing it.
Whether it's on camera
Yeah.
or not, she will
Yeah.
just run off somewhere and just
Okay, bye.
do her own thing.
Sometimes I'm really hyper. Like, did I have a soda today? Did I have 2 sodas today? I'm gonna be hyper as heck. Oh, thank you, zombie. Bye.
Well, thank you, Paul. You have a good night. And Lone Zombie, I dig the name. Thank you, Lone Zombie. Where are you from, Lone
That's
Zombie?
me as a zombie. I just ate your face.
You ate Lone Zombie's face?
I ate all their faces.
But, like, you can't eat the people who watch the show.
I left their eyes.
Where are you from, Lone Zombie? All right. So, Colorado Springs. Well, thank you.
I have a question that I think I can answer. They asked what your favorite Will Ferrell movie was, and I'm not a fan of Will Ferrell, y'all. I'm sure I've liked something that he's been in, but for this guy, it's Step Brothers.
I love Step Brothers.
He loves Step Brothers.
Oh my God, Step Brothers is
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah. Hello from everybody that's been coming in and saying hi, and I haven't gotten to say hello to. Hello and welcome. Welcome, 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 and thank you for all the compliments. Thank you so much.
Do you guys want to hear a secret?
What kind of secret?
Okay, so in a lot of the videos, Jessica is kind of dancing and being silly and wacky in the background.
Yeah.
But when we're in California, I'm going to be doing some dancing in one of the videos.
You've done dancing in one of the videos, one of our recent videos too, actually.
Well, no, I'm like really going to get down.
Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to like practice this.
Yeah,
though.
like, oh, it's going to be so bad.
Like, I'm not
it's
a
going to be so
dancer.
bad.
I can't remember steps.
She
and
does
stuff
bite
like-
my shoulder a lot.
do, yeah.
One of the videos that we're going to be shooting in California
Yeah.
is the filming locations and almost recreating.
Am I pregnant? No.
No. We're going to be recreating Michael Jackson's Thriller. So the dance scene in the street, to the house, to the movie theater, to Walking in the Woods, which was in Griffith Park. We're going to be doing all that. So myself and possibly Jessica is going to be doing some sort of weird twisted version of the Thriller dance.
You hope so. I'm gonna forget like half of it. I'm not very good at these things.
So I've always wanted to visit the Thriller locations.
Badly.
And if you go on YouTube, all kinds of other people have done that and all that jazz. But
Dun, dun,
nobody does it like
dun, dun,
us. Not saying that we're like the greatest videos, but at least we have fun with it.
dun, 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 dun,
Are you gonna provide the music while I dance?
dun, 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 dun. That's gonna be my job. Instead of me dancing, I'm just gonna be like. Dun, 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 dun. How annoying is that gonna get? Honestly, right? No, sorry, no baby grins.
All right, so NASA teas. Can you expand on the NASA teas? NASA is really, really huge for me. I know it's not like very grim and like horror and stuff like that, but growing up, I've always been fascinated with the space. I mean, aliens and things like that. So, NASA, we live maybe about 45 minutes away from Cape Canaveral, the Kennedy Space Center, and we've been in talks with NASA Social. So we're part of the social media team. So whenever they have a launch, whether it's SpaceX or Boeing or any other kind of thing that they have going on there, if they have a NASA Social event, more than likely we're going to be there covering
so
it.
great.
So
Terrible acting,
be
basically,
ready.
on my
Because,
part.
well, SpaceX, they shot an unmanned rocket, and it docked at the International Space Station, and it came back. It was like flawless. And then Boeing, whenever we were there, that was our first. They shot it up. It went off course. Didn't make it to the International Space Station.
The launch was good.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
But it went off kilter somewhere.
But sometime this year, supposedly, we're putting man back in space. Man and woman back in space.
Well, I don't know if they're going to retest this one.
On the moon, I think?
Without somebody.
I don't know.
Because I know they said they wanted it to be... the second flight was supposed to be with people. Up to 6 people, I believe. But I don't know if they're going to redo this shoot that failed. This launch that failed because it went off. Or if they're just going to go ahead and do it again with people in it, because that doesn't make any sense. I'm sure they'll retry it first.
Well, Burdenstein, I can't, the guy who's in charge of NASA, they were saying that because...
Oh, Event Horizon.
Because it went into space, it did collect all the data, so they're still trying to figure out, I don't know if they made a decision or not, whether Boeing's next step can be to send human beings into space, or they need to do it again. So, there's a lot of NASA stuff coming. It's really interesting to me. But yes, so California, Thriller dance. Another thing that we're going to be doing, should we say another thing that we're going to be doing? Well,
we can say all the things we're going to be doing.
So we're going to be doing Disneyland, we're going to be doing California Adventure.
For the first time. Except.
California Adventure, Disneyland, and we're also going to be doing Universal Studios. So if you're out there, look for us when we're going to be in the parks and come and say hi. Hello, Kristen. Kristen Rose, love you too.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Out, I mean, we will be filming quite a bit, but there's never really a bad time to say hello. If you interrupt a shot, don't feel bad about it. We have had that happen. And we understand people get excited, and sometimes you walk into things you don't intentionally mean to walk into, and that is okay. I'm just going to tell you now, that's okay. Now, if you try to, like, intentionally insert yourself into something that we're doing, that's kind of not cool. But otherwise, you know, come say hello. We don't mind. Come say hello.
I don't know.
That's hello and hi combined.
So, Reanimator, love them films.
Can't talk ever.
We are huge Reanimator fans.
Yes.
As of right now, we don't have anything planned for Reanimator, but it will happen. It will happen.
Thank you, Dwan.
Since it's our first time really being out in California, we are going to be doing the filming locations for, like I said, Thriller, some Nightmare on Elm Street, some Halloween, some other horror films.
Hello, Singapore. Hi,
Black
Pumpkin.
Sabbath.
My goodness.
Well, thank you. Greetings from Singapore.
That's
I love your
awesome.
content.
Mwah, thank you. All them people. That's him and me.
we absolutely love whenever people give a
I
shout
get
out
so
saying, "Hey,
excited.
we're
I
from this part
know.
of the world."
I love it. I want
So,
to start doing
thank you.
like, I don't know, maybe some like pen paling or something with like people who are in other countries because I just love random stuff.
Well, here's the thing about that. Some of you may know, some of you may not. We do this thing called Patreon, and I don't want it to
Hey,
come across
Ron.
like we're doing whatever, but there's a Patreon club where you can go to patreon.com/Grim Life Collective. The link is in all of our videos, mostly the current ones, where you can sign up and get postcards from us. We hand write
Oh
postcards
yeah.
and send it to
I
you.
forgot about our
Everywhere in the world,
postcards.
whether it's Singapore, the UK, Thailand,
It's open worldwide.
Iceland, anywhere like that. There's different levels. Every month we do a custom postcard that you have to be like a $10 tier, and we'll send it to you anywhere in the world. Write little notes, little trivia, weird, crazy things about that. So look into that if you would like some
Thank you
sort
for
of thing.
stopping by and let us.
Every month the postcards are different. So, yeah. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum.
So, we do want to start doing more Patreon exclusive content because most content, and probably really all content, is available to any tier. Most people that sign up for $1. Some people sign up for $3. It starts out at $1, and I think it goes like 1, 3, 5, 10. But whenever we do Patreon content, it will be available for all those tiers. So even if you just want to sign up for $1 a month, you'll be able to see all the stuff that we're going to be adding. And quite honestly, I looked at my phone recently because it's like having memory issues because it's so full. I have stuff that I have been filming and keeping for the last 3 years that I have never posted on any social media from when we've done our filming locations for
A lot of
the
behind the
YouTube
scenes
videos.
stuff covering.
A lot of behind the scenes stuff. And some of it might only be a handful of photos. Some of it is like little miniature videos, and then a lot of other photos, and a lot of it's like personal photos that we've taken of us together. But I would actually really like to share that with everybody. So I think that I'm going to start adding that to Patreon, and that will be available to everybody on any tier.
Yes.
So look out for that in the future. I'm kind of looking into how to do that because I want to get it all organized. It's a little everywhere right now, but be looking out for it.
We are going to be doing a lot more.
Thank you, Austria.
Austria,
Thank
the
you.
Collector 91. Thank you very, very
You're
much.
Favorite memory of 1985. I was 3.
Oh, man.
I don't have any memories
I was
of
born in
1985.
79. We are going to be doing a lot more live videos as well as our typical videos. We are building a setup so we can go
Thank you.
in real
Patrick.
life, IRL, I think that's what it is. So whenever I have the main camera and I'm doing a lot of filming, Jessica's going to have a Osmo thingamadoo doodad
So
to
we
get a
hope to
very
do more
clear
live videos.
crystal shot.
Yeah, we might do a live video in California.
We are
either,
going to. We
well,
will.
either at location or well, I guess it would be on. Everybody's gonna be on location. So yeah.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you.
David would like to know how we met.
Oh, man. Oh, all right.
Tale as old as time. No.
I'll tell you this. Okay.
Is this your version?
No. So.
Okay. I'm listening.
All right. We get asked this question a lot, and
We do,
We
yeah,
love.
and it's okay.
We love answering it.
Hi.
It can get a little in depth, so to speak. I feel like we should do an us video
On our history.
on our history with
Oh, thank you.
reenactments
Dwayne. Thank
and
you.
all that jazz.
Oh God, reenactments.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
Thank you, Dwayne. Something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
if you're on our Instagram, you would have seen recently we both posted the picture of him proposing to me at Disney. It was very emotional. It was his first time at Disney World. It was very sweet.
Yes, I love the Creepshow series from Shudder. It was phenomenal, and I can't wait for season 2. It's coming up. Bam! Hopefully. Just found out today. Are you ready for this crap? Mindhunter. Who here watches Mindhunter on Netflix? The rumor is that Mindhunter
I did say it.
is canceled.
That was a really good show.
It was brilliant. So hopefully, I think it says something. It's like it's put on hold indefinitely, which we all know what that means. But anyhow,
Indefinitely means canceled.
yeah. So
Say what you mean.
what else are we going to do? In California, we are going to be going to a couple of very lesser known places. Before we get into that, we're going to do like one massive video of famous
Oh.
graves of Hollywood. So we're going to go
Yeah.
to
Oh, I'm so
the
excited.
horror legends, to people who died recently.
There's so
Carrie
many
Fisher.
to see. Oh, Carrie Fisher, yes.
So we're going to be doing this cemetery grim life party kind of video. It's a dead man's party.
Oh, I didn't know
kind of thing.
Mindhunter was a book.
So
I will do that.
we're going to be hitting up Spawn Ranch, where Charles Manson was, the cave that the family took their photo in. We're gonna recreate that same exact photo and be posting it. What am I doing?
Buckles.
What about it?
I want to know what it said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lost soul. Could I see your head? Could I see your head?
Nobody
Could I see your head?
No.
We're going to be going to where they found the Black Dahlia's body, Elizabeth Short.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
the death site or the dump site of
Sometimes
that.
I find out stuff from when we're talking with you guys that I don't even know yet. So like when you see me go like, oh really, we're doing that? I really don't know.
We're going to be
But
going
there's so much going on, and sometimes we forget to communicate every single thing.
poltergeist filming locations.
Oh yay, Patrick!
So that's
Yeah.
kind of like really cool. That movie terrified the
We're
crap out
gonna
of me
be
when I was a
there
kid.
for like 7 days if you don't count airplane days or airport days. And we're gonna try and squeeze every single moment in that we can. We hope to do. I don't know if we're gonna do a meetup because time might be a bit of a crunch. But if we can find a way to fit it in, we will let you know. Hopefully we can meet some guys. If you see us out though, please say hello. We will
Definitely find us in the parks.
give you hugs and take pictures and stuff, and you hugs and kisses and tell you how much we love you. So,
She loves The Witcher. I think I only watched the first 2 episodes.
he has a hard time getting through it because we often watch things when he comes home from work and he can't stay awake because it's a darker, kind of slow-moving show. But a couple of questions. They've asked if we're going to do the Villain After Hours event. We did
will.
it last year, and it was amazing. We loved it. I would love to do it again this year. They're already starting to do dates, actually.
Our plan is to shoot another Villains After
Yeah.
Hours video as well as go live that night.
Yeah, yeah.
So 2
I did
videos
collect
happening at
dates.
the
Yeah,
same
I do
exact
still
time.
collect them. We were actually going to try and do a Villains After event on Valentine's Day, but then the California trip got sprung on me. The California trip was actually my Christmas present / my birthday present because my birthday is in the beginning of April. And
Wait till you see what I have planned for that.
well, that's not fair. Tell me. Okay. But yeah, we do still hope to do the Villains After Hours, but I need to check the dates because it's not running through the entire year, but oddly enough it is running in the beginning of the year. So sorry, burps. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully. Yes, we do still collect VHS tapes. We actually just
Grim
watched
Life
them the
Collector, I
other
just
day.
became a Patreon member of your Patreon page, Autoslap Express. Thank you, Autoslap Express.
What is that?
So that was one of our viewers here. They recently became a Patreon member just
thank
now.
you. Hi.
Thank you for that. Now I can't stress how important that is. It's not. We're never going to be the type of people that get on here and go, "Hey, we need your support. We need this. We need that." All of our videos are always free on YouTube. Patreon. Our main goal is to at some point do this full time. And obviously, in order for that to happen, we would need all this other stuff. So we don't want any... No matter what, we're going to put as much quality content as we possibly can out there. For whatever reason. You know, a lot of times Jessica and I, whenever we're going someplace, we're filming something, it's mainly because it's something we want to see. Every now and then we'll get a message from somebody saying, you know, that really wasn't that grim. Why did you do that? It doesn't really fit your thing. Well, of course it does. It's something that me and my wife are absolutely in love and passionate about.
Subs, of course we'll remember you, and we'll also remember that deal we made with the devil at the crossroads.
Have you guys seen that video where we tracked down Robert Johnson and the Devil's Crossroads?
That was so fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I sometimes think back to that and like, what did I really freak out the horse? Like, what if the horse really could see some things that I couldn't see? And it's like kind of unnerving, but at the same time, kind of hilarious. Thank
Gary.
you, Gary.
Gary
Thank you so
Roth,
much.
where are you from, Gary, if you don't mind me asking? And thank you very much. Doo-doo-doo. It's like the waiting game.
Oh, thank you, Mark. He does a podcast and they gave us a shout out. Thank you so much.
Well,
We'll
thank
try to
you.
check that out.
Let's see. Matt, did you guys ever get a chance to do the Alfred Hitchcock show at Universal Orlando?
Isn't
No.
the Walking Dead's up in
Sonoya,
Atlanta,
Georgia,
right?
Atlanta area, yeah.
So yeah, they asked if we ever thought about being extras on that.
Massachusetts.
It's a bit of a drive, isn't it? It's a bit of a distance.
No, I mean, it's
Is
not
it
that bad. I mean, we would
You've
gladly.
been to the filming site. I haven't. You did
Like-
it like years ago.
We did when we did the filming locations for The House with the Clock on Its Walls.
Yeah.
That's Walking Dead territory.
Did we ever get the chance to do the Alfred Hitchcock show at Universal?
No, we
Orlando?
have not.
No, I think that was before we came down to Florida, unfortunately. We've heard about some of the great shows that were down here, but unfortunately they removed it before we got here, and I'm very sad about that. But I wish we could have seen some of it.
So they live the filming locations. Our plan was to go ahead and do that. It's not going to happen. Not this trip. We decided, so whenever we first started planning for the Hollywood trip, everything was filming locations. It was like
Good night,
filming
Rachel.
location, filming location,
Thanks for
filming
stopping by.
location, filming location, filming location, which I absolutely love. Good night, Rachel. Thank you for hanging out with us. But we wanted to make it as diverse as possible. So now we got, thanks to friends, I'm not sure what the etiquette is of saying thank you to the friends who've made it happen. But you know who you are if you're watching, and thank you for helping us get into the theme parks. It means the world to us.
We will totally be doing live videos again on the holidays because you guys are our family. We want to be there for you as family, but also we really understand how difficult holidays can be for everybody, and we want to kind of try to create like a safe haven for people to come and chill out and not have to be like all around that nonsense. So We
Wilmington,
think of
North
you.
Carolina. You ready for this? Are you
Chew
ready for
bubblegum and
this?
kick booty.
Wilmington, North Carolina. We were in that area filming the Conjuring house.
I thought that
Okay.
sounded familiar. He says locations, and I'm like, I was at a place.
Most of the Conjuring was filmed in that area. But do you
Thank
know
you,
what
Deadpool.
other famous movie based off of a comic book was filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina?
No.
And this will give it away. This will give it away.
Oh, okay. Hi, France.
The lead
Bonjour.
actor in the movie, the main actor, was accidentally shot and killed while filming.
Well, that has to be the Crow.
It was The Crow. The Crow was filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina, and that's where
Where?
Brandon Lee died.
What part was filmed there?
It was like on sound studios and stuff like that. But
Oh.
that's where The Crow was filmed.
Because that's not like in
Crazy.
the middle of nowhere. Like when we
Well-
were driving through there, we were just trying to find places to like eat, and it was very far.
Well,
and few
Wilmington's
between.
like over here. This
Yeah.
is where we were. Like if we would have went further into Wilmington, it was more,
That
know,
did
all
not
that
look
jazz.
right.
Exactly, The Crow. The
I'm
Crow.
just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. That's right. Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, I
We will
love
be
that
there
movie.
some.
Hi guys, thanks for joining.
Hey, honey, this machine just called me an a-hole. I didn't swear because I think there are kids watching this. Or craziness.
Oh,
Hey, guys, ever read the book Demonologist? I think. Blah, blah, blah.
Good night, Eric and Sharon. Thank you.
Oh, well, good night, Eric and Sharon. Gotta run. Take care. Love you all. Thank you for watching and
I
thank you
wanna
for your
say
support.
that I read
I
part
do
of
believe Eric
Demonologist.
is a Patreon. Is a patron.
It
I do
sounds
believe
familiar,
so.
Yeah, I see so many names though. Sometimes I forget.
I think so.
Oh,
Have a good
very
night anyway.
cool. Very cool. I'm really terrible. Like a lot of people are very good at like knowing the anniversaries of the films they love, and I can't even keep all my films straight. So like I really love it when you guys remember that a film is coming out for like the 25th anniversary or whatever year, and it's like, oh really?
Eric's
Awesome.
not.
Like that helps me.
Sorry,
like, a
Eric.
lot. No, not Eric Drake.
No, Eric.
The other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever we do a live video, it's basically like mental patients just
Shenanigans?
like running wild.
Just
Right?
shenanigans. Yeah. Shenanigans.
Yes. Thank you.
I would love to visit the catacombs in Paris. My goodness, I would love to see that. That would be
One day it'll be. One day it'll be. More things that we're doing in California.
What?
We are definitely doing Ripley's Believe It or Not. Why? Because we have
awesome.
lifetime memberships
And they're awesome.
to Ripley's Believe It or Not. Thanks to Ripley's, and we love them. We're also going to be doing Madame Tussauds because they absolutely love the video that we did here. So we're going to be over on the West Coast doing their video.
Hi.
Thank you, Madame Tussauds. Before we leave, we're filming 7 more episodes here in Orlando.
Oh, really?
Including tomorrow.
7?
7.
Exactly? I know of like 2, so I'm just kidding. I'm
6.
couples.
Plus this one, so
Okay.
that's 7. But I'm California. Are you ready for this? Ready for this? Ready for this? Who here is a fan of Bela Lugosi?
Show of hands.
Show of hands. Let's see those hands. The very first thing that we do whenever we get off the airplane, we're going to be going to Holy Cross Cemetery.
Fun. Thank you.
We're going to the Holy Cross Cemetery to the final resting place of Bela Lugosi. Ron,
Thank you, sweetheart.
thank you. Thank you.
Hands.
What did Ron
Hands.
say?
He said,
Thanks
for the great videos. You're welcome, sugar.
Thank you for your support and watching.
Everyone's throwing hands. I love it.
Hands. There you go. There you go.
Hands,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, Ron. Seriously.
Right? Who isn't a Bella fan?
Right?
Who isn't?
We're going to his final resting place. We're probably going to do a live video there.
Wife's lover.
What? Yeah, slobber. It smells like
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. We're also going to go to where Bela Lugosi actually lived and where he died.
Good night. Thank you for stopping in. We love you guys.
Gary, thank you. I got to go, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. It's pretty. And check out that book. I have it in an audiobook. Thank
Definitely,
you.
Yeah, I didn't
Thank
know it was
you.
a book, so I'm definitely going to look into that. Yeah.
Do me a favor before you leave. You don't have to do it now, but at some point, reach out to us on social media. Preferably, if you go to grimlifecollective.com and send us a message on there with that book to remind me, because my memory is really bad about
It's probably
odd
just called
things.
Mindhunter.
Yeah. But I'll forget about it.
I'll forget, yeah. There's so many things that happen, and like people are always throwing out locations for us to visit, or movies to check out, or books to check out, podcasts to check out. We get so many suggestions that I'm always like, oh yeah, that one sounds easy. I'll remember that, no problem. No.
And speaking of, if you reach out to us,
Yeah.
and I don't get back to you right away, or Jessica doesn't get back to you right away,
Yeah.
do not be discouraged. We do try to answer every single thing that comes in.
Try to set a little bit of time aside,
Yeah.
at least a couple times a week to get back on messages. I'm better at it. He has a more hectic schedule than I do. But, we do work full time, and then there's us time and, doing chores and stuff like that. So we try. So... Yeah.
We haven't seen Dracula on Netflix yet. We watched one trailer and it looked really boring.
I've heard
and then we
really
watched the
mixed,
next trailer and it was like,
reviews
that's
on it.
amazing.
I'm interested in it. You know what? When it comes down to it, I think my tastes can be considered bad, and I don't care, and that's fine. So even if it does look a little cheesy, if I start something, I usually want to finish it anyway, and then it becomes like something I like. So some people have said it's not very good. Some people think it's great. I'll figure. Okay, so someone was asking about like least favorite horror films and stuff like that. I don't know if this is considered a horror film, but I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. I did not like Joker. He loves it. He's one of the people who thinks it like amazing, one of the best Joker presentations that has been done. I have seen the Morbius trailer. I grew up on the Morbius comic. I'm really excited about it. I'm not sure. I think it might be a little bit too slow moving from what I've seen in the trailer, but I'm really waiting for Lilith. If they stick to the comic, I'm very excited for that. But going back to the Joker, without even giving any reasons, I wasn't bored or anything. It's just I had my reasons. I'm just letting y'all know.
Do you want a piece of trivia?
Lay it on me.
90% of you guys are going to know this.
Oh.
But there's going to be one person who does not know this.
Me?
Because not many people realize it.
Velvet Buzzsaw wasn't that bad.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Who's his famous brother who died?
I know this one. Can I say it? Can I say it?
Well, let's see it.
Can I
This-
say it?
You
Can I
guys are
say
probably
it?
going to know it, but he had a
Can I say
famous
it?
brother who died
Can I
in
say it?
Los Angeles outside of the Viper Room, which at the time was owned by Johnny Depp.
I don't know what were the circumstances of how he died. Actually,
It was a drug overdose. Oh. That's it.
Yeah.
River
Yeah.
Phoenix. Geek Out Cinema said River. Paul Edwin said River Phoenix. That's exactly right.
Oh, hey, Geek
Crazy.
Out Cinema. Nice
And you
to
ready
see
for
again.
this? The Phoenix family. The Phoenix family
Yep.
are from Gainesville, Florida.
didn't know that.
His family still lived there, and they started a River Phoenix Foundation.
Like, everybody got it right.
Yeah.
Like, just
But
floods of river.
some
Yeah,
people
that's
don't
great.
really realize that, because River Phoenix. Everybody knows River Phoenix. Everybody knows of River Phoenix and the movies that he was in and what
City of
happened to
13
him.
Pins, that's pretty much how I felt about it.
What's that?
Joker. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just, I think it was hyped up more, and the previews sometimes are very misleading of how you're gonna get the feeling of a film. It did not go at all the way I thought it was going to. He did an amazing job. I think he definitely deserved the award he recently got for playing Joker in the film. He did an amazing job acting. It's not my cup of tea.
Do you know who else famous
What?
that died in the past couple years was from
no.
Gainesville, Florida? I'm just like, look at me, I'm all weird. Tom Petty. Hi. So,
Help me up.
okay. Anywho, I got all this stuff going through my head like all the time. All right, so yeah, Bela Lugosi's grave, Bela Lugosi's house where he lived, as well as where he died. And if you've seen the movie Ed Wood, there's a scene where Johnny Depp's character, who's Ed Wood, walks down the street, and he meets Bela Lugosi, played by Martin Landau, by looking in a mirror in a storefront window, and he sees Bela Lugosi laying in the coffin. He's just trying out to see how it fits. We're going to go there as well. But, you ready for this? Lon Chaney fans. Who's a Lon Chaney fan?
That sounds awesome, Sonia.
Boris Karloff. When Boris Karloff was alive and lived out there, he had a very beautiful rose garden. And the rumor is that as his friends died and passed away, they would be cremated, and they would will their ashes to Boris Karloff, and he would plant them in his rose garden. We're going to go to Boris Karloff's rose garden. Just saying. I think it's kind of cool. Not many people really think about it. We're going there. Anywho.
Oh, we're meant to be together. Thank you.
Who? Us? I'm all over the place.
I'm just mocking you.
I'm like a cricket on like caffeine. I'm like all over the place.
That's
Anyhow.
fine. Our brains are always rapid firing.
Yeah.
We don't get out for drinks when people are visiting Florida. We try to meet up if we happen to be out that day at the parks anyway. If other people are also visiting the parks, we'll try and, if we run into each other and say hi. We don't often get the chance to specifically meet people who are coming into town. Like I said, we have a full-time work schedule, plus when we do the videos and having time for just the both of us together. So we don't really get to schedule a lot of one-on-one meetings.
Karashi head. Any celebs you like from Michigan? I don't know any celebs from Michigan. I'm sorry to say that.
Well, Robert wants to thank us for making this channel and giving us a special gift that you'd help me create.
So somebody
Thank
says...
you so much.
So, we do live in Florida, in case you're wondering. A lot of people,
will be visiting
believe it or not, a lot of folks don't know that we live in Florida, that this is where we live now. We travel all over the country. We've both lived in different areas, but we currently live in Central Florida, in Orlando.
Midwestern.
Would you go to a new con in Florida? Why, of course, last year we went to Spooky Empire in Tampa, and Spooky Empire is coming up, as well as MegaCon this year in a couple months here in Orlando, so we're going to be there.
Oh, thank you, Dan. He hoped that we get to make videos full time and that we deserve it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan. That means more to us than you know.
It is a goal, that's for sure. Eventually, we would love to be able to do this full time with you guys and just create all the content we possibly can. Shudder.
Wait, what about Shudder?
Oh, I'm just giving them a shout out.
Oh, yeah.
They ever,
Shudder. Shudder. Ready for this? Grim Army?
Weren't they doing something? Weren't they doing
they're supposed to be. So Joe Bob Briggs and Darcy the mail girl are supposed to be doing a
Oh, thank you, Ron. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out.
well,
Mwah.
thank
Have a
you,
good
Ron.
night.
Everybody on social media, if you want to, make a post about us saying, "Oh, Grim Life Collective," and tag Shutter and say, "Shutter,
Oh,
watch
Eric,
these guys."
thank you.
SHUDDER, Shutter TV. Just saying.
Eric just joined our Patreon list.
Eric,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Everything that goes into, well,
Down the
pretty
back.
much everything that we have financially goes into making our videos.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Travels,
Oh.
equipment, admission into certain things. I'm always reaching out to different companies saying, hey, we have a YouTube channel, my wife and I. These are our numbers. This is what we
We're
want to do.
travelers.
Can we please have admission?
Okay.
In return, you know, we'll do a video, honest opinion, link, tell our subscribers
But we're
about you
not one
guys.
of those people who are like, "We'll help you with
Yeah.
whatever." No, we're not one of those people. We're not one of the what do they call those? We're not an influencer. We're not one of those people who are going to be like, "Oh, if you give us this, then we'll give you really great exposure."
Yeah.
We're not one of those people.
We know some people who are very not too keen on being on media lists of different things because they're afraid that they're going to feel the need to cater and not really tell it how it is.
And not give honest opinions.
I feel like we
Yeah.
pretty much tell it how it is.
Yeah.
You
If
know
I'm
what I mean?
enjoying I can't fake anything, guys. If I'm not having a good time, you know I'm not having a good time. So,
Yeah.
like, if I'm bored, I will just, like, sincerely bounce off. You know, like, sometimes I have a very low attention span. Sometimes my memory just doesn't cut it. Sometimes I don't feel well. I get really overwhelmed. I get overheated and things like that. So, if I'm not feeling something, you can pretty much tell, like, right away. And we want to always give our opinion on how we feel a place is because we're not just doing this to go have a great time. We do this so that you guys can get an honest opinion about the place and an honest experience of something instead of another YouTuber being like, "Oh my god, celebration lights, guys, a 20-minute video."
Oh my God.
And it'd be like 2 blocks long. You know what I mean? I don't want to like blow something up and make it seem greater than it is just to make you guys go there and then be disappointed. That would be like the worst thing in my opinion.
I will say this. We've been invited to media events that we've gone and we're in the middle of filming it and we're like, this is horrible.
So we just didn't do a video
We just didn't do a video.
because we also have a hard time bad-mouthing
Yeah.
things.
So if we turn the camera on and film something, it's because we want to. Nobody's paying us to do it. It's
No.
because we want to, we love it, and we
Yeah.
want to share it. We want to share our experience with you guys.
Yeah. And
So,
you know what?
just
For
know
some
that.
people, they may have also still okay. So, can I tell them what the experience was?
Sure. Let's
All
do
right.
it. What the hell?
So it was for a Christmas event. It was the train ride for what do they call it?
The Polar Express.
The Polar Express.
We're so
based
excited
off the
about
book
this
and the
thing.
movie. And tickets for it start at $60 a person. I believe the experience we had was the one that goes upwards of $80 to $100 a person. And granted, this was their first run, kind of for media, testing out whatever, and it could have improved. But in my honest opinion, it was not worth a $10 ticket.
Right.
It was not well done at all, and I could not fathom. It's something that I want to take my mom to for years, and I was texting her throughout the entire thing, being like, "I'm so glad I didn't take you here. It would have been such a waste of money. It would have broken her heart because she was a huge fan." And I could not have emotionally handled that. So we just didn't end up doing a video on it. However, for little kids, I think they would have still enjoyed it. Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you, WTF Laramie.
But I think a lot
Thank
of
you.
people who are going just to find something to do would have not felt that it was worth what they were charging. Now, it could have improved, but that's why we didn't end up doing a video on it.
You know,
They were very expensive.
Yeah.
They were very, very expensive. They started at 60, they went almost up to like $100 or something. Half of it was in the dark, and they were holding this like giant picture book. And like, you know, someone overhead was narrating it, and they would come up to your table and kind of like turn the pages in the freaking dark. Okay? So I was like, you guys are showing us a picture book for 20 minutes in the dark. Why did I pay $60 for this? Now, we did not
Hello,
pay for
friend.
it. We did not pay for it. We were gifted tickets to it.
Yes. Yeah. As media, we took some
Yeah.
pictures and we shared pictures, but we did not release a video on it because
We couldn't. There was no way to actually take a video on
Yeah.
the experience because everything was happening from very odd angles. The lighting was very, very poor. The audio was worse. They could not figure out their own audio system. So when you had the live actors doing their thing in the aisles, they couldn't figure out their microphones and they couldn't figure out their volume. So we couldn't even film it for you guys anyway to give you an honest opinion. So just, things like that. So, I mean, I didn't want to be one of those people who were like, don't go here. But I will tell you what it's like and why I don't think it's worth that. But we just ended up, we didn't want to just even attempt it and use the small footage we had, and then we'd have to fill it in with like other reels, and it wasn't worth it.
we only film what means something to us, what we love. We only want to, we share that. I mean, of course, we have down days. The past couple weeks, we've really been kind of laying low since Christmas, mainly because we've been building and planning so much for what's happening. We got a couple really big trips happening all before June. And we're trying to figure out how to transition from into like a full-time YouTube. It's really hard.
I have not been to Canada.
I've not been to Canada either.
No, I would love to go.
Either. Is it either or is it either?
I think both actually work. I think it depends on the expression. Or what's the word that they used?
What if we mix them
intention.
and be either?
No. The Gracie Styles Lobster Boy gravesite was a very interesting experience for me because I grew up knowing him as just a sideshow performer. Oh, I love Tales from the Dark Side. Love it.
Right?
One of my favorites. But in doing research about him as a performer and looking into his private life, I did not know that he was a bad person.
Yeah.
He was not a nice man.
He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. He apparently was a domestic abuser and some other things. So
Are we afraid? Are we afraid of something following us home? No.
After you visit a haunted place. I have heard of things following people home. Like your old friend used to talk about like when they would go and do readings or whatever.
Oh, Savannah Paranormal?
Yeah, and that people, like, stuff could follow you home or whatever.
I'm not afraid with anything like that, mainly because we pretty much lived and worked in a haunted house.
But
so, I don't know, I think mainly it's all about attitude, really. The energy that you bring into certain places and the energy that you take out with you and the energy that you leave. Everything that we do, we try to be very respectful. We don't make fun of anything. We don't really take anything for granted, and we do not overstep bounds. So, I feel like that could be in our favor, really.
There's going to be a SpaceX launch tomorrow.
Yes. So there's a SpaceX launch coming up, and there's also going to be one happening while we're in California. So we can't. We had to miss that NASA social. So after that, we'll be there.
Yeah, because you have to reapply every single time, right? And it's a long process. Like.
It is a long process because it is a government facility.
And
so
government IDs and stuff like that. Like they run you through the system.
So each time that we go on property to get to where everything is, it's not open to the general public. So we have to submit all kinds of documents time again and time again.
And they do a background check.
Yeah.
They do. I think they do a general and a criminal background check as well.
We good people.
I like to think that I'm nice.
So somebody said, that is why I love your channel, your respect. Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you, Robert. You guys going to the Florida State Fair this year? I would like to go to the Florida State Fair.
It's usually a bit further south, isn't it?
I don't know, but I love fair rides and I love fair haunted houses, so I'm kind of hoping and praying that we can run into something like that. So we should be there. As long as we're in town, we should be there. Just say that.
So Matt was saying, sorry, I waited for you to finish.
You're good.
That the Tom Savini School, not just the coolest place on earth, hands down my favorite video you guys have done. It was above and beyond the coolest place I probably have visited.
Just showing the love and support for you both in your channel. Thank you, Mark.
Every
Mark
time you
Kirkman.
turned into a new
Thank you.
room, it was like a new theme, and I think his students from previous years helped him build certain stuff. So there's a lot of creativity happening in like every inch of that place, and you can imagine some of it looks like it came out of a horror movie, some looks like it came out of a sci-fi. Just really impressive and really awesome.
Mark Kirkman just recently became a Patreon, the custom
Thank you, Mark.
postcard level. You're going to love it. Every month we hand pick and create these custom postcards when you're on the custom postcard level, which is like $10. And we do something a little extra special for you. And occasionally, pretty often actually, we send special things out to that special tier. So you are going to love that. Trust me. It's going to get spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah. There's like hidden things coming. Like secret things. So it's like a secret club. The Rim Club.
We do have a P.O. box.
Yes.
Really quick, a couple questions were out there about our merchandise, where you can get our t-shirts and other stuff like that. We have prints that you can get personalized and signed. We have t-shirts and we have stickers. And you can find it all at, is it the Grim Life Collective? I always get
No,
confused. It's grimlifecollective.com. You can even email us through there. You can buy merchandise.
T-shirts, stickers,
we have our
prints.
links on there too for like social media and stuff like that. So it's pretty much everything you can go. I am going to soon be updating the website with the jewelry that I make. There's some things that I'm going to make multiples of. I make jewelry with semi-precious stones, so things like, you know, onyx and garnet, and I love lava right now, the lava stones. But most of what I make, I only make one of, and they might run a little bit pricey, but because I'm really a stickler for like high quality stones, so look out for that too if you're looking. I've had some questions before about my jewelry, and I'm so spacey. Sorry, we handle so much all the time, but I'm gonna be adding some of that soon.
A couple things.
Yeah.
Patrick is getting ready to leave. Thank you for joining us, Patrick.
You.
Have a great evening.
And how do you become a Patreon?
Well, before we get to that one, thank you, Amanda Nee. That's a very good question. I feel like I'm like some sort of like, somebody, I think it was Mark, said that he loves us, our channel, what we do,
too.
and supporting in any way that you can. Just watching the videos, just if you see us stopping and saying hi and talking with us, we love talking with everybody who comes up to us. Pictures, whatever, just hanging out with us. That goes a long way. So don't feel like you have to contribute anything. Just being here and showing your support, watching our channel, telling other people about it, that means more to us than you know. So thank you for that, first and foremost. Amanda Nee, she said Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/GrimLifeCollective. Also, the link is in all of our videos.
So was our P.O. box.
Yeah, our P.O. box, our website for our merch, as well as Patreon. It is in every one of our videos. The Patreon is set up in a certain way where you can donate $1, be a part of the Grim Life. And then you can get postcards. We're going to start adding more things to the Patreon. So it's going to be more than just postcards. Our plan is to really start to up everything, to try to start doing this on a more full-time basis. So you might start seeing things pop up and then they might change because it's just kind of experimenting.
We're still
constantly
working out
growing.
some bugs too.
We want to continue making videos for you as often as we possibly can, and there's going to be so much content coming. And at the same time, all of you guys have reached out saying you guys want merchandise and how can you support, you know, how can I contribute to the gas tank? There are ways to do that, and all those links are right there. So thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Amanda Nee, for asking that. Awesome.
And for those who don't want to be part of a monthly thing, you've seen people who can do tips during the live videos. We've seen some other ways. People have suggested, I don't remember the name of the, look into some of the websites people have suggested, where it's like buying an artist's cup of coffee, basically, which sounded really cute, and things like that. So we'll look into more options that are open for you guys. If there's something that just feels better or easier for you to do. But also, when we say that the information is in each one of our videos, beneath the video there's a little, it's like right over here, a little tiny triangle, upside down triangle. If you click that, it'll drop a menu, and that's where all the information is. So
Yeah.
if you go to the video, it's not right in there and obvious. You have to click the little tiny, it's like right here, it's like little tiny triangle right down there, and it'll drop a menu, and it gives you all the information of like descriptions about videos and locations, and it'll have our PO box, our website, and a bunch of other stuff.
Ian, you're mentioning PayPal. Donate $5 and save it.
We have seen a button that you can use for donating through PayPal. We're gonna look into that too.
We're gonna look into that.
Yeah, we've given people like to suggest things to us, and it's one of those things where we keep forgetting because there's a lot of content and a lot of information. So we are looking into it though.
So there's all kinds of different ways that you can help out and be a part of the Grim Life. More things are coming, more perks, but above everything else, you just being here is perfect. So thank you for that. Anything else is just whatever.
Since right now we're in a live video, we don't have the PO box in the description right now because it's live. We're not able to do a description yet. So if you look at any of our previous videos, if you go to our Instagram, we also have our PO box listed there. But you have to look at any of our previous videos to find the PO box. It's listed, I think, through the website. But once this video is concluded and uploads itself directly to, then we're able to go in and add a description. But because we're live, we're not able to do that right now.
Somebody asked if we're going to go to WrestleCon in April. I'm sorry, no. In April,
we would love to do enamel pins. Hit me up.
Yeah. If you have any information about an animal,
animals,
animal crackers,
I love bats,
enamel pins, please hit us up. Right now, we're planning on being at MegaCon here in Orlando. We're also planning on being at Spooky Empire here in Orlando.
The orange was mine.
And we're also going to be at Texas Frightmare this year.
We do not yet have a 3X.
Keep an eye out for that.
We only go up to a 2X right now, but we are looking into bigger sizes. We had to do... so far, we've only done one batch of shirts. We had to do it as a pre-order to get them paid for and ordered. But we're gonna do bigger sizes on the next run for sure. Oh, thank you, Perp28. That's so sweet.
Wow. Well, thank you, 28 Perp28.
So sorry we don't have your size available right now, but keep tuning in because we do plan on getting all the sizes out.
I have to ask, 28 Perp28, where are you from? I like knowing this because it kind of, I'm very good at visually putting things in a mental map.
Thank you, Andy. Thank
so
you so
I
much.
you don't have to go into specifics, but what part of the world or what state, if you're in the United States, are you from? 28 Perp28. Did you guys go to Dragon Con? Vinny, Rogers, we did not go to Dragon Con yet. We might be going this year. I still got to look into that. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do Spooky again. That was a lot of fun. I had a blast. We're looking into maybe doing merchandising tables at the ones coming up. We don't know if we can afford it yet, but we would love to do it if we can. So we may be an attendee. We may be a vendor. Don't know. We're looking into it.
One more thing that I just recently ouched about. There's a thing that's happening here in Orlando called Playlist Live, where it's a lot of content creators. I reached out to them about showing up as one of the creators for Playlist Live, so we might be there.
Texas.
I don't know. What's that?
Wanting to know if we're going to ever do a meet and greet in Texas. There is a convention we're hoping to make in Texas.
We will be there. We will be there. We're going to be at Texas Frightmare.
Frightmare.
That's in Dallas. We're going to be in the Dallas area for about a week filming, and don't know specifics yet, but there will be a meetup there. Don't know when. Just follow us on our social media, and if you're in Texas, come see us.
We try to do. We try to spread out all the information all over the media platforms. So we try to keep up with like the YouTube.
The YouTube?
The tube.
The YouTube?
The tube.
Is it anything like
Oh,
the
I said
Facebook?
It, didn't I?
The tube.
Oh, no.
We have some
I'm
friends out
old.
in the UK. They were with us when we were filming a day in Universal Orlando Resort. The video where we did the Fear Factor Live and ate all the bugs, and Eric,
Yeah.
Alex, our friend from Newcastle, kept saying, "You're doing it for the tube. You're doing it for the tube."
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from.
We, if you're just joining us, we will be in California coming up very, very soon. We don't know if we'll be able to do a meet and greet, but we're gonna try.
Thank you, 28 per 28.
But we will be going to Disneyland for the first time, so we might be able to meet you up there. But again, we're going to be filming a lot, so we're not sure if we can do like an official meet and greet yet, because it's a long day.
We're trying. There's
But if you
something
see
out
us,
there.
hi.
There's something out in California called the Frida Cinema that we're talking with about doing certain things with when we're out there. So just follow us on social media. I'm horrible at social media, but I post everything to social media and like, this is what's going on.
Lisa,
Pop it
let
out.
us know. Hit us up directly, Lisa, and we'll talk to you about that. Again, about the P.O.
Thank you,
Box,
Amanda.
if you're just joining
Thank
in.
you.
If you click on any of our previous videos, in the description, if you click the little triangle in the corner, it'll drop down information for the P.O. Box, and it's also listed on our website, grimlifecollective.com. But it's not listed on this video because we're live. We can't edit that information in yet.
Somebody asked about BTK locations in
Well,
California.
That's been...
We are not doing that this trip around. This trip
Oh,
is
that's right.
already pretty full.
Who was it up in California that was like BTK? Who like went silent for a really long time and then came back? Why do I think-
Zodiac?
No. I keep thinking that BTK was East Coast, not West Coast.
West Coast.
But there's someone like him then that was East Coast. Do you guys know who is it that I'm thinking of? Who was like dormant for like 20, 30 years or something and then came back.
Green River. There's a lot of them out there.
There's a lot of them out there, but I thought it was something very similar to Bind, Torture, Kill, and he even had like a moniker or something. And my brain is like
We never had the
wires
VIP
were
ticket.
crossed and
When we were at Spooky Empire for Halloween, we had to, they gave me a media ticket and we had to pick up a pass for her. But we were there as media for Spooky Empire this past year. Future.
could be Green River. That's probably what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited about this one. We're also planning sometime this summer. We're going to be going down to the Fort Lauderdale area, Hollywood, Florida. There's a very there's a very famous murder.
Hollywood. Oh, Florida?
There's a very famous murder that happened in Hollywood, Florida. Do you remember what it is?
Ugh. I'm terrible
It
at
started
trivia.
America's Most Wanted.
Oh, it's what's his face's kid, isn't it?
Yeah, the death of
Yeah.
Adam Walsh. We're going to go and do a video
Yeah.
on that. Respectfully, of
We
course.
haven't done that yet?
We have not done
Oh,
that
we've
yet.
been talking about that for so long. I thought that we'd been doing it. There's so much that we have on our plate, like stuff that we've penciled in and then canceled, and
Thank you, Daniel.
there's so much.
Thank you, Daniel.
Oh,
So-
thank you, Daniel. Hi,
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Oh, the guy's kid. That's right. That's right. Adam Walsh.
Yeah, that guy's
Yeah.
kid.
And it started America's Most Wanted. And so we're going to go there. The mall that he was kidnapped at, abducted, is no longer there. They tore it down. But we're going to go and kind of
thank you,
talk
baby.
about what actually happened and show you where everything was. Respectfully, of course.
Oh, good night, Pumpkin.
Always us.
I'll respond to you quick. I haven't looked at your message yet, but I will. Promise.
So Dahmer,
Oh.
people said that. So in the police report, there was a theory that Jeffrey Dahmer was the murderer. Ultimately, it got pinned on Otis Toole. He claimed to have done it. Then he said he didn't do it. Then he said he did do it.
Oh,
Then he
that's
said he
why I thought
didn't
we
do
already
it.
did it, yeah.
So ultimately, the case has been closed for Adam Walsh and Otis Toole.
Thank you, Benny.
He is the killer. So
Did they really only find the head, or
Yes.
did?
So there's Hollywood, Florida, right here, and Vero Beach is like way up here. That's
Yeah.
where they found his head,
Yeah.
and that was it. Like on the ravine,
That's
like
a
a
shame.
drainage ditch.
Yeah.
Very sad. Very sad.
I don't know what the tower is in Texas. What is the tower in Texas?
Charles Whitman. Charles Whitman.
Your brain is like impressive. I don't know any of this stuff.
He
I'm
opened.
wrong for why.
He went to the top of a tower and opened fire on students, including a
at
pregnant woman.
university.
Yeah.
See,
He's
I know
buried.
stuff, I just don't know
Charles
names.
Whitman is buried near Fort Lauderdale. We're gonna go to his grave.
Yeah, there's so much like
Craziness.
I can never keep track of all the things that we want to see and like go visit and
Yep, Whitman.
you know, reenact and whatever. But
By no means, by any means, by no means, by any no means, do we go, yeah, let's glorify all this death and spooky stuff.
No.
It's history.
It's history.
It's grim history,
Yeah.
but it's history. It's things that have either changed, shaped, or altered the way we see things as human beings and how we do things as a society. And
There's an odd
you can't ignore that.
fascination
You can't.
to like true crime stories, you know, and in one way it's almost like listening to these things you think, oh well, that's never going to happen to me because I'm prepared. Well, most of these people that this has happened to, they feel the same way, and it's, oh, thank you,
if I
precious.
send you the backdrop for your
Thank you.
lives with your logo, would you all use it? Send it.
Definitely send it. You
Yeah.
never know. A lot of it is a learning curve, and I think it's a fascination with our own mortality, and pieces of a puzzle, you know, that you almost kind of want to figure out, I guess, with your own mental state or your own place in the world, you know. And we always try to be as respectful as possible. We did the video this week for
Lane Graves.
where they had his memorial set up at the Floridian. I keep trying to say the Seven Seas Lagoon and the Floridian at the same time. My brain's like wanting to combine them, you know. I'm like trying so hard not to do it. You know, your brain's like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. But at the same time, when you're doing a location like that, and it's at like this gorgeous, you know, holiday vacation spot, we're not trying to be like, don't come here, oh my god, something tragic happened here. It's like, no, come and enjoy it. It's a beautiful place. It's unfortunate that something bad happened, but that's why we're doing this video, so that you can have information about what's happened here and maybe be able to educate yourself enough to be cautious of your surroundings, to something that you might not have known about that area. A lot of people hear about the alligators we have here, and a lot of people don't. And if you don't see signs posted about a lot of things, it's like snakes. Dude, snakes are everywhere, right? But are the snakes in your area poisonous or venomous? Unless there's signs posted, or if you do a whole bunch of research beforehand, you might not know. I would be one of those people because I don't look up what snakes are venomous in that area. You know, I could get bit by a snake not knowing, but...
It didn't make it in the video, but we did encounter a little baby snake.
A little baby snake.
Maybe it'll show up on Patreon.
Tiny little baby snake.
I do want to say hello to Jackie from Super Enthused. Thank you for joining the chat. I don't know if you just showed up or not, but you mentioned a comment on the image. Beetlejuice. 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 Just saying. What was I going to say? Oh yeah.
Jackie.
Hi Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Jackie was Jackie from Super Enthused. If you haven't watched her channel, she does a lot of different ventures throughout Florida, as well as most recently, she's been over to the UK. Something that we've been wanting to do. She's been making some amazing videos over in the UK. Super Enthused is her channel. She does some awesome stuff, so check her out. She was in there. Let's see. Yeah. Heck. Hey. Yep. Dun dun dun. Great movie.
I think...
Looking forward to your visit 2020. 28 Perp 28,
honey,
man.
Thank you. I think we will do... I would love to do like a horror trivia night. I think we got to get together some things that we can give away for it. Because we didn't ask that many questions that night because we were doing it for giveaways, not so much as a trivia night. But maybe we'll have like a game night. And we'll do it as like a trivia thing.
Yeah, we can do that.
That would be fun.
I'd also like the idea of like maybe even here in Orlando area, maybe around Halloween, like teaming up with some sort of establishment and doing a in-person kind of trivia night kind of thing.
That would be fun.
And Jackie, yes.
Oh, I love James Hong.
We will talk. I'd
He
love
could
to do
get it.
something with you. Some sort of adventure, whether it's here in Florida or somewhere in the country. I love your videos, and So yeah, let's get together and mesh and talk, and welcome back to the States.
We actually haven't done a collaboration yet.
No, we haven't.
No.
Well, we've
intended to.
We've intended to.
Yeah.
And we've met other
Just
folks in the area that have done stuff.
Didn't work, unfortunately. Yeah.
We travel a lot. There's some YouTube content creators that travel a lot, and then there's a lot of YouTube content creators that are pretty much stationary in Florida. And a lot of times our schedule doesn't really mix well with other people. Our intentions are good. But we'd love to meet up with you, Jackie, and let's do something. Especially around Halloween. I feel like we could probably make some really cool Halloween, like spooky stuff.
That could be cool, yeah. Because, I mean, we go to HHN so often. It would be really cool to, like, do, like, maybe a group thing or something. Or maybe some other haunted houses. Or, I don't know.
We could figure out something.
Negative. Oh, I am.
So... our most recent video has been.
We will do the Jack Ripper locations if we ever make it over there.
Oh
yes.
My gosh.
Yes.
It's hard to schedule for sure. We'll make it happen. HHN. I'll be there every night. Same here this year. Halloween. This is the big one. It's 30. So we have to be there. If Halloween Horror Nights this year isn't top notch, I think a lot of people are going to be really mad.
I will throw things at them.
Yeah.
Rodney was saying how it was really cool seeing us meet Adam the Woo. I have never met Adam before, and he is just like a super nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Very tall.
Very tall.
A lot taller than I imagined.
Michael is 6'2". I'm 5'4". Okay, so like when you see us doing like videos because we're sitting next to each other, like he's slouching, and I'm kind of like sitting back further than he is, so I look taller. This dude was huge. It gave the best bear hugs, though. Like, giant people, I love to hug them. It's so great.
It's Adam the Woo. I was watching Adam way back in the day when I was living up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A friend of mine who knew Adam was like, hey, you need to watch this guy's videos.
I, like, need more hugs from Adam.
What's that?
I, like, need more hugs from Adam. He gave, like, cuddly teddy bear hugs.
You're
skinny.
When we saw Adam, I sent him a few different messages saying, hey, we're going to be in your neck of the woods February 1st through the 8th, which is where we're going to be in California. Again, schedules.
Hi, Pumpkin.
Who knows if they're going to line up, if he's going to be around. We are going to be in Disneyland and Universal, so maybe we'll see Adam again. If not, so be it. He's a very busy guy. We're very busy people. People have called us Adam the Boo because we're spooky.
Yeah, which is so cute. Did you ever meet Tampa Joe?
Tampa J?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Tampa J. Well, actually, I met Tampa J and Adam at the opening of Rise of the Resistance.
I thought so. Okay, yeah. So we're standing in line at like 3 a.m.
I have an eye.
Well, no, we got on property around 3 a.m., but we're all standing in line for Rise of the Resistance opening day. It was probably around 5 o'clock in the morning by then, and we're just casually, looking throughout the crowd, and Michael just starts pointing out all these people and saying their names.
Like, there's Prince Deb, there's, all these folks.
I obviously knew some of the names, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Because he wasn't, like, really telling me. He's like, oh, these are all other YouTubers. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, hopefully we get to meet some people and, like, maybe, like, do little spots in each other's videos or something. But we honestly, I think, only ended up really running into Adam the Woo later on, because the whole,
Well, we saw Jackie. I saw Jackie. Jackie was there with Expedition Theme Park. Yeah, I think he was there, right, Jackie?
Did we say hi, though?
I think I don't know if they saw me. I think I waved at one point. But they were on one side of the queue for Rise of the Resistance, and we were on the other. Yeah. And I saw them, and I was just like,
Rise is so amazing.
Yeah.
But because of the loading times, the wait times, a lot of people, once they got their time, left the park. Or at least went to film in other areas of the park.
Told you they were there. Yep, they just waved. So, that was like the first time I actually think I saw you in person, Jackie. I think so. Or maybe, I don't know. But I wanted to say hi, but everybody was going in different ways and stuff like that. So
sometimes also we're a little shy.
Yeah. Well,
me mostly, I think.
She's pretty shy.
I'm shy around females. It's really true. Like, I will hug your head off, but, like, I get like all like I don't know what to say.
I kind of have the mentality of, oh, screw it, let's just go
Yeah,
do
he
it.
does. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will run into a burning building and be like, all right, so what's going on? And so yeah, pretty much, pretty much. All right. Uh, so somebody asked,
Oh, thank you, Angelica.
what was this?
Oh, she was saying have a great year from Michigan.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much. That was very sweet.
We have a lot. Oh yeah, look, this is there's still a lot of stickers that got to be on here. We have our sticker, Beware the Autumn People, as well as our logo, as well as the orange
I love the
variant
orange.
sticker.
That one was mine.
Seance Tattoo. This is our friends
These
up in
guys are
Bensalem,
amazing.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They, Paul Acker and Sam Bellina, great, amazing people. This here is our planner of all of our Grimm secrets. Anything that we are going to be
We don't
doing,
make custom shirts, honey.
different ideas, any video ideas, our schedule
I love the way the orange turned out.
2020
It is my favorite.
is in here.
Yeah.
This is like
Planner.
so say this is the holy grail of Grimdom.
Grimdom. And I
Grimdom.
love that it's the Halloween 3 stickers that they
Like
did.
if we
Yeah.
ever ran into Tom Hanks,
Oh,
he'd be
thank
like,
you.
"I'm going to get your book." Ain't gonna happen. That's a straight up reference to that movie, Da Vinci Code. Anyhow, so Mike, who did your ink? Will you get anything anytime soon? Okay, so I haven't had any ink in a very very long time.
You go ahead. You go first.
For years, I was working as a body piercer in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for a shop called Boney Joe, Tattoos by Boney Joe. Amazing people. Most of my ink, even like on my chest, I got it everywhere, were all products of knowing people, all from the same shop, working there, tattooing each other. I haven't had any ink in a long time, except for that, Lost Souls.
Is
Those
that
are
your
probably-
longest one?
I think this is my
Oldest one?
my
Your oldest.
latest one. At some point, I think both Jessica and I both would really like to get some work from Paul Acker Tattoo.
Oh God, he does hyperrealism and it is beautiful. He is one of my top favorite artists. He's in my top 3.
Thank you,
if
Dale.
Not my ultimate #1 artist.
I think Paul Acker,
I would if I ever got like a horror sleeve, I would have
Alan
Paul do
Graves,
it.
and
Oh, Alan, yeah.
yeah, Alan Graves.
Alan's from the UK.
Alan, he's from the
they
UK,
come
as
here a
well as
lot.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
Pure Horror's boyfriend
Yeah.
or husband, I don't know. Pure Horror. If you're a fan of horror and you've been on Instagram, you should
Yeah,
know
you
who
should probably
Pure
know who Pure
Horror is.
Horror is.
Her significant other is an amazing artist. Alan Graves, whose significant other is Dressed to Kill.
Dressed to Kill, yeah.
He's an amazing artist, and Paul Acker are an amazing artist. 3 amazing artists with 3 exceptionally beautiful counterparts. Everything about them just screams creativity and art. I would kill
Ooh, that
for
sounds
an art
creepy and
piece from
delightful.
either one of them, really.
Someone was asking if COPA is going to affect us.
Okay, so I'm not really
For the
sure
most
how
part,
it's
no.
affecting people.
But for the most part, it's not going to affect us.
No, most of our videos has to deal with death, the spooky side,
There's a COPA
weird roadside
is-
attractions, and strange
has
things.
most to do with children content or content that children could be attracted to, which some Disney stuff, yes. But we don't know yet if what we do at Disney, because a lot of people who do travel stuff, that's really more for parents who are like booking, you know, their vacations and stuff like that. And that's along the same lines of what we do is like we're doing informational things, not in the same sense like entertainment when it comes to Disney. It's like, yeah, we have fun, of course, but I don't think what we do is gonna fall under the lines of COPA. And if it does, then I'm sure they will let us know somehow. But like 90% of our content will not be bothered by COPA, and we won't have to worry about it.
As of right now, it has not touched us in any way, shape, or form. There's no bounce back, no feedback, nothing. And even if it was, I mean, whoopie-doo, we'd still make videos. It just, we would be limited in certain
I
ways.
love
But
Cycle Negative.
she does.
I do.
She does.
Like a lot. I'm like an old school goth. I grew up pretty dark my entire life. First book I ever checked out was in kindergarten. I was 5 years old, and it was vampires. So That was pretty much just how my life went. Ouch.
Oh, sorry. Bony elbows.
You did it again. Jeez. I'm gonna have a bruise. Um, I like really old school goth music too. I still listen to it.
Sisters
but,
of Mercy.
Oh yeah. And we're gonna be visiting Christian Death Singer.
Thank you, Nathan. Roz Williams.
Roz Williams, his grave while we're out in California.
We're going to be doing, since we're in California for a limited amount of time, we're going to be hitting up all of the famous graves that we possibly can and do one massive video on people from like Peter Lorre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just everybody who's buried out in California that is spooky. We're going to bring them to you. Well, not like dig them up and bring them to you, but
that
like...
That sounds familiar, This Cold Night.
You completely missed that.
Sorry. No, I heard you say something about digging them up. I know he was making jokes. I wasn't paying attention. Because generally his jokes are all dad jokes, and I stopped paying attention like a long time ago. Okay. Hi, Mark. Haven't seen you in a while. Hi, honey. Bloody Kiss. That whole album, like, my favorite Type O Negative album absolutely has to be October Rust, though. Like, I can listen to that on repeat probably for, like, the rest of my life and be okay.
Did you know? Look, I'm like a weird PSA. I'm a walking PSA of, like, weirdness. Type O Negative, before Type O Negative was Type O Negative, where everybody knew Peter Steele. He was in a band called Carnivore. And Carnivore was like... was like very...
Death metal?
Yeah. Grunge metal kind of thing. Completely not how Type O Negative sounded. So they found their voice. They found their sound in Type O Negative, and the rest is history. And he's buried in Long Island.
Do you guys want to see my October Rust vinyl?
Uh-oh.
I am so proud of this. It is so gorgeous. This was my Christmas present from Michael. I got it early though because he actually got it around Halloween. And it's like my holy grail. Like, I can't believe I have this. I have listened to it on the record player already as well. So, but on the back side, so it comes with 2 albums. I'll just go ahead and flip around so you can see.
Vinyl is always better, Vinny.
So it comes as 2 albums, and each of them have the lyrics, as you can imagine. But the most beautiful thing about this is the clear green discs. And guys, I about cried when he gave this to me. It is very rare. These are very hard to find. And now I have to get all the other albums, because this is the only Type O Negative album I have on vinyl so far, but...
Most of what we collect, most of our vinyl collection is horror movie scores, and soundtracks, yeah.
We have horror movie scars, it is true, but they're more like emotional scars.
But like soundtracks and scores from like, just, you pretty much name it, that's what our vinyl collection is.
There's 2 major vinyls that I really, like, I'm dying to have right now. They came out with the soundtrack for The Dark Crystal, Rise of the Resistance. Is it No, it's not. It's
Rise of the Resistance? No.
No.
Age of Resistance.
Age of Resistance.
Dark Crystal and Star Wars, like,
that would be
mixed.
Amazing. They could fit in there. They could. Okay. So the new Dark Crystal from Netflix, The Age of Resistance, that has now been released on CD and vinyl, and the vinyl is in pre-order. I think I might have missed a date, but I'm going to try and get that one anyway. And Farscape, for their 25th anniversary, put out a gold vinyl that is available at Barnes & Noble. And so those are like the 2 biggest vinyls on my list right now that are priority above anything else that I'm collecting. I get excited. If you know who Farscape is, or what Farscape is, like, we just became best friends. Not many people know, and that's okay.
You know what time it is?
We have not seen Midsummer. Do I know what the time is?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Our battery life on our camera is starting to go, so it is about time for us to wrap this up.
Let me see if I can find any more questions really quick that I missed. Oh, I didn't mean to stop talking. Go for it.
I was just letting her do her thing. So basically, every now and then, we haven't done a live video since Christmas, and
We can play 45s, yes.
we are going to be doing a lot more live videos here, answering questions and hanging out with you guys. But we're also going to take the live show out into the field while we're filming. So if you watch our live videos wherever we are, and it's not here in this room, you will be seeing what we're filming as well as behind the scenes stuff, you know, with the camera, what we're doing, how we're doing things. So if you see a live video, tune into it. It could be very interesting. Can't promise it's going to be whatever, but it should be interesting. It should be fun.
We're coming up on our 30th
May 1st.
anniversary, May 5th. Yeah.
If,
right after my birthday.
As always, you guys watching our videos means the world to us.
It won't always be on Thursday. I don't think we've picked out a day yet for
No.
when we're going to do live videos. We're working on getting down a schedule because our schedule's never set with work. So we're working on that. Bye, Mr.
Yeah.
Big Meow. Bye.
And it pretty much all depends where we are in
Thank
the
you,
country.
Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy
Thank you,
Freckles.
honey.
One love. You guys watching our videos means the world to us.
Excellent.
That's all you really need to do to keep this channel moving. But if you do feel so inclined to help in any way, in any kind of monetization way, you're always more than welcome to. No pressure. You can go to patreon.com, our Patreon page,
That's my derp face.
our store, and buy some Grim Life Collective merch. You can donate through live chats, anything that you want to do.
And we'll look into doing like PayPal
Yeah.
and these other places where you can like, you know, buy us a cup of coffee and stuff like that.
But but don't feel obligated.
No.
Above all, just watch the videos if you enjoy them. And if you see us out filming or we're
Please
out in
come
public,
say hi.
come up, say hi.
We get that a lot of
Yeah.
people feel very shy about doing it because they don't want to interrupt. We were in Disney 2 nights ago, and we got we ran into 4 different groups of people who it always starts out the same way. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to bother you. It is totally okay. It is totally okay. We love meeting you guys. I love giving you all hugs. So I know it's a little awkward for you at first to come over and say hello if you think that you're renting around, but please do, because we would love to say hello to you too.
Yeah. With that, thank you for bearing with another night of the Grim Life.
Of our shenanigans.
Bum, bum.
Bye.